The Demon Slayer Infinity Castle arc is arguably the most exciting, intense and heartbreaking arc in the entire series. It introduced us to some amazing characters like Akaza, and introduced us to one of the most powerful demons in the series, Muzan Kibutsuji, the progenitor of all demons. This arc was filled with epic battles and heart-wrenching moments, but there were some battles that fans are still debating about, and today we're going to talk about them. Welcome to another episode of Top 10 Anime Battles That Got Us All Emotional. Join me as we count down the top 10 most emotional battles in the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle arc. Let's get right into it. Number 10. Zenitsu vs. Akaza. Right after Tanjiro and his friends had infiltrated the Infinity Castle, they were immediately met with an upper-rank demon, Akaza. After Akaza had effortlessly taken out several Hashira, he was confronted by Zenitsu. Now, despite Zenitsu's best efforts, he was no match for Akaza. The Thunder Hashira had to use every ounce of strength he had just to land a single blow on the Upper Moon 3. However, after Akaza had taunted Zenitsu long enough, the Thunder Hashira snapped and unleashed the full power of his ultimate technique, the Thunderclap and Flash. And much to everyone's surprise, this attack actually worked and managed to take out Akaza. But unfortunately, it came at a terrible cost as Zenitsu lost his memories from overuse of his abilities. Number 9. Sanemi vs. Kokushibo. The battle between the Wind Hashira and the upper rank 1 demon took place after both of them had already lost their human adversaries. The battle itself was extremely close and very brutal. In fact, it was so intense that it literally shook the entire Infinity Castle. Both fighters put up an amazing display of strength and skill. And honestly, it could have gone either way, but in the end it was revealed that the two of them were actually brothers. And after hearing this, the upper rank 1 demon, Kokushibo, completely lost it and gave up the fight, choosing to die by his own hand instead. Number 8. Shinobu vs. Duma. At first glance, this battle seems like a total mismatch, as Shinobu was already at a disadvantage due to her small stature and lack of offensive capabilities. But despite the odds, Shinobu managed to land several hits on Doma, and after realizing that she couldn't defeat him in a direct confrontation, she switched tactics and lured him into a trap using her blood as bait. Unfortunately, her plan didn't work out exactly as she had hoped because Doma actually ate her and then proceeded to regurgitate her body parts while making fun of her. Honestly, this whole fight was just sad because no matter how hard Shinobu tried, she just couldn't defeat Doma, and it was obvious that she wasn't going to make it out alive. Number 7. Kyojuro vs. Akaza. Out of all the battles that occurred during the Infinity Castle arc, the battle between the Flame Hashira and the Upper Moon 3 was definitely the most heartbreaking. After an intense exchange of attacks, Kyojuro had managed to land a fatal wound on Akaza. And after realizing that he wouldn't survive, the Upper Moon 3 made one last desperate attempt to save his life by offering him a chance to become a demon. But Kyojuro refused and accepted his fate. And as he lay dying, he was visited by his younger sister, who was also the main antagonist of the entire arc, Enmu. And as the two siblings embraced, the Flame Hashira's spirit moved on to the next plane of existence. Number 6. Tanjiro vs. Enmu. As the final battle of the Infinity Castle arc, the fight between Tanjiro and Enmu was extremely important for more than one reason. For starters, it was the first time Tanjiro had ever fought against an upper-rank demon. And secondly, the outcome of the battle would determine the fates of not only the Demon Slayers, but all humanity itself. Fortunately for Tanjiro, he had help from his friends and allies, which helped him land several blows on Enmu. However, the Entertainment District arc was far from over, and after Enmu used his last resort attack, things took a dark turn as several members of the Demon Slayer Corps lost their lives. But in the end, Tanjiro managed to pull through and defeated Enmu, finally ending the Infinity Castle arc. Now, before we move on to number 5, make sure to smash that like button and comment down below which moment got you the most emotional. And if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any more episodes. Number 5, Giyu vs Enmu. While this battle may have technically ended in a stalemate, it's still important because it marked the first time that Giyu Tomioka and Enmu had ever fought each other. And honestly, it was an extremely close call. If it weren't for the timely intervention of Shinobu, then Giyu would have most likely been taken out by Enmu. But despite this, Giyu still managed to land several blows on the Upper Moon 1, which proved that even the strongest demons can be defeated if you're skilled enough. Well, that's all the time we have for today's episode. But if you want to see more videos like this, then be sure to check out the channel. And as always, I'll see you next time.